Welcome back to the fourth quarter of the Bobby Dupre Show, and we're going to have to do just like the football players. We're going to have to hurry up and squeeze it in there and get some more points with all of you viewers and listeners to the Bobby Dupre Show. And I want to, before you get that sponsor, I promised my friend Rocket DeCluet. I met him at Evangeline Downs one day last week, and he, of course, is the executive producer of the Gino Delaforce and the French Rockin' Boogie. He does all of the bookings for Gino. And I might add that Gino, you looked it up on the computer. At age 40, can you imagine
how much
success this young man has had and how much more he'll have over the years? He's going to be at the Evangeline Downs Event Center, and that's going to be on this Friday, January the 4th, and it starts around 9:30 p.m. And so if you want to go out and kind of continue your partying for the holidays, Gino just has dancing type music.
R&B, and if you got a lady that likes to dance, she will not be disappointed.
You better put your dancing shoes on, because she will be dancing. And of course, that is, again, that's this Friday night, Evangeline Downs Event Center, and that's the big room there. You know, the event center. That's the big room. And Gino, good luck to you, and Rocket, thanks for passing that important information on to us.
Targill, get my last sponsor here. Targill here in Opelousas. If you're looking for spices, if you're looking for casings, if you're looking for containers, cutlery, paper products, tape products, plastic products, labels, kitchen supplies, market supplies, cleaning supplies, and cake supplies, they got it at Targill. They can help you out. Everything from if you're just a casual cooker like me that likes to cook maybe for groups on the weekend, maybe for family, you can go pick up all your different things from rice cookers there to your different seasonings that you're looking for. If you're a pie or cake baker, they've got a lot of the fillings and all the stuff that you need to do cake and pie type stuff. Caterers go there. Supermarkets use them.
You know where my daughter Kelly spent New Year's Eve?
Where at?
Over at Ted and Melanie's, watching the football game. Let's talk about that football game real quick.
Okay. It wasn't good. Well, you were ahead the whole game, and you played so conservative. You played not to lose, and you can't play not to lose. You got to play to win. And about the end of that fourth quarter, there was no gas left in that defense.
Oh, man.
They were walked.
Clemson was better than I thought they were. They
very explosive offense.
Yep, very, very. Their quarterback is compared to Johnny Football over at Texas. That's correct.
No, he's good. And the coach at Clemson, he and Les Miles get along well. They're equally not scared to take chances. One of my brothers said they're kind of equally goofy. They both have that kind of just. If you saw after the game when they won, he picked up the newscaster lady and picked up in the air the coach for Clemson. He was so excited. You know, just kind of a. That wears his heart on his sleeve. You know.
When they came back to her, she says, "You know, I've been at this business for a few years now. This is the first time that I've ever been picked up, and I've never seen anybody else get picked up." He says, "I was excited."
Oh, he definitely was excited.
And that rightfully so. What about the fiscal crisis? They settled it, but I was scared. You know, I don't like cliffs. I'm kind of scared. When I go I'm scared of heights. You know, I don't get on top of a 6-foot ladder, step ladder. I won't get up. That's too high for me. And they were talking about we were going to fall off of a cliff. And I guess we're kind of safe around here. We're in the prairie country.
Yeah, but I watched Bugs Bunny. They had the Roadrunner and the Coyote would always go off that cliff. It wasn't good when the Coyote went off the cliff.
And I tell you what, they took us to the 11th hour, like they say. And
that's the only way they make a deal. They got to get to the edge before they either want to give a little bit.
Give a little bit. And it looks like maybe both sides felt that this compromise, well, we'll call it a compromise, turned out to where the people are going to benefit by it.
They seem to be equally unhappy. That's what you want. You want Congress to be equally unhappy. You don't want them happy, because that don't mean good for us.
Because then they got in our pocket some more. And it looks like the middle class are going to be basically the same. Although everybody's going to pay 2% more
Social Security.
on the withholding of Social Security. And of course, that got done I guess you could say, quietly. But then on the other hand, something needs to be done to shore up the Social Security. Yeah. Mine, I don't know about yours, you young yet. Mine, they'll have enough money to pay me out for the rest. Yeah, they'll make it. And the Social Security, if they could ever collect from the national government, you know, Uncle Sam, we call him, if Uncle Sam would pay them the several trillions of dollars that's owed, that was borrowed, with never an intention, apparently, of ever repaying it. Is that how you see that? Kind of looks that way. But anyhow, the stock market, I'm sure today, Wednesday, it's about 10:30 right now, 11 o'clock. I'm sure the stock market's going to do pretty well. I know the Asian market.
It's up 200 right now as we speak.
Ooh, that's good.
So that's good. It might help us out.
You know, I have somewheres in here, I have that the stock market actually, overall stock market was up approximately 13.5% for the year, which is not bad. And it lost about 1.5% that last week because of this foolishness of falling off the cliff. And of course, these stock market guys, they make money when it goes down and they make money when it comes up. So they kind of like to shake, rattle, and roll, you know. But
they like a little volatility. They don't like a lot, just a little.
Yeah, they don't want people to leave the market, but they kind of like to make it. Then they call you, and you know, maybe you ought to sell this, and then they call you back the next day or later that afternoon.
I'd get more conservative right now. I'd get a little more loose right now. They like that.
Anyhow, we having fun here, and how about we didn't fall off the cliff, and that's important.
Let's talk about Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras is coming up. That's going to be on February the 12th. That's only a little over a month away. I know it's a little ways out, but the children's run in Eunice is going to be that Sunday before, February the 10th. If you're a child 12 or younger, you can go $10 a child. You can call the mayor's office, 457-7389. A good time there. Church Point has an adults run the same day on the Sunday, and then Eunice and Mamou and Opelousas all have their big runs on Mardi Gras Day. So
I'll be in Mamou at the Mamou Hilton. If you don't know where the Mamou Hilton is, or you can't find it on your computer, just call me and I'll give you the directions.
Just go a little too fast that day. The police will bring you to the station and you'll see it. It's right there next
door to the police station. Group donates toys, and that's the group that we try to promote every year. Darling Toy Fund Drive. They gave over at Growley Elementary School. They went and bring some gifts over for the children that, you know, come from family situations that just can't really give gifts. Things are tight. And then, of course, they also give gifts over to the Cerebral Palsy Clinic every year.
And shown in the pictures, Cindy Noel, Jane Savoy, Glenn Doucette, and Miss Janice Corville. I think that's basically the person who runs the whole project.
Miss Janice runs it, right. So thank you all very much. And Port Barre students donate to the veterans. And by the way, the Veterans Memorial is moving forward. That's what the article says. There is a little work going on out there, so those of you who have been kind of wondering if it was going forward, I think they passed a budget. Well, they passed the last budget. They haven't passed the new budget, the parish government, but I'm sure they're going to, well, I'm not so sure, but they're going to work out something. Well, and hopefully they'll continue now with that project.
And if you're not seeing things coming up at the memorial, remember, a lot of what they got to do, because it's a big area, is go underground. They're doing a lot of digging and laying of pipe and electricity and that type of thing. So,
and over in, I tell you what, the Bork's Grocery over in Port Barre, Louisiana, they continue getting a lot of positive coverage on the jalapeno sausage cheese bread. It's unforgettable, according to the article here. And Miss Stephanie LaFontaine is shown here with a whole pan of it. I wish there was one pan. Bork,
hot one.
Who's in charge over there these days?
St. Shannon, the third generation has taken over. That's
third generation.
And Noogie's son.
Okay, and let them. We'll be glad to, you know, eat a piece of it in front of the camera and all
we'll
that.
Promote it. Just make sure we got one.
Just make sure you bring one over here.
Good morning, everybody. The whole Bork clan, Carl and Homer and everybody.
You know something? I was commenting. The tuberculosis name came up, and I told Vicki, I said, I never hear them talk about tuberculosis anymore. They must really have that under control. And don't you know the headlines of the Tuesday, January 1st, yesterday's Daily World, FDA approves first new tuberculosis drug in 40 years.
We've had a little scare at our local school in the last 2 months with tuberculosis. We've had a couple
right there at college.
A couple of scares with the college. You had a couple of scares with even one of the men's shelters around here that, you know.
Vic and them are tested every year.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If you exposed a lot of people from all over the place, you need to get.
You see, the health unit they treat a lot of people, and I guess they get their employees. DHH gets the employees to get that test, and that's good.
Very important. That's how you make sure you don't get it. Is make sure everybody keeps testing. So the one time one person gets it, you can isolate them quickly and make sure it's contained.
How about this? A friend of ours, a fluorograph of Ron Viator, an Abbeville man who died in the year 2000, is recently seen in picture on a float, which was in the Rose Parade in Pasadena, California. He was one of 75 organ donors who were featured on this one particular float. And when I read articles like this, you know what comes to my mind? The organ donor of my little Jean LaBe, my little buddy, who died a few years ago, 8808. Is the day he died, and they harvested his eyes. And one day I'm going to see that person walking around New Orleans, because that's where they harvested out of. The organ donor operation works out of New Orleans, and I'm going to see that person walking, and he's going to be kind of looking like this here. And I'll say, wait a while, are those your eyes, or are those transplant eyes?
Gene would look and see if you wasn't too busy, went on that phone, then he'd kind of creep up and say, I need some help with something. And boy, you had a little project, something. He wanted some advice, and usually it took about $5.
About $5
to make it work.
It made it work, and I loved him, and I think about him, and you know, in our outdoor kitchen, I still have that.
Those pictures.
I think it was Stephanie and others at the office put that together for me. And you know, I've had a great life, and I've been able to do so much for others. And you know, I kind of felt good yesterday buying a suit and things for myself, because I worry about the price of everything for me. I never worry about the price when I'm giving to others.
Right.
And that's a good feeling, you know. And I feel fortunate that God has instilled that in me, and I hope I never forget that, because He's good to me. What about...
Speaking of God, we're down to 1 minute.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we're down to 1 minute. I want to thank everybody. Wish everybody a Happy New Year.
Yeah. You bet. We've had a lot of fun in 2012, the year, and
we've had a lot of fun over 25 years,
then 25 years, we've had a lot of fun, and we hope the next 25 is just as much fun. We try to close each program with, first of all, thanking you very much, and maybe tell a friend to watch the program. We hope those of you that we took a picture of, you approve of the picture quality. I'm not a professional photographer, but I think we do pretty good with our little cell phone now. And we ask you to pass this program information on to a friend. And then we close it with a little thought. Maybe you might call it a prayer. And today's is, my Lord and Father, free me from all earthly cares. Amidst the happening of this world, help me to find my rest in you. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.
Watching KDCG TV.